Hello, hello, my lovely Leos. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Leos. We have the riddle, the sword, the mask, the healer, the threshold, the starborn, and the vow. Okay, Leos. Well, I feel like there's just this idea of having to really, like clear up any confusion. Like if you were confused, let me go ahead and clear that up for you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to, I almost feel like saying, like, I'm not here to save face. I'm not here to put on a show. I'm not here to um, play games. Honestly, it's what I feel like saying. Like this isn't a joke to me. Leos, I feel like there's a sense of like seriousness about this energy. Um, because I feel like the idea here is that like there was like a like a an exterior to you um, that was misleading to others. For some of my Leos, I think it was out of protection, right? Um, don't let them see you cry, right? I mean, I feel like that's such a Leo thing. Like, I would rather struggle my way through life than rely on somebody or let them think that I can't, that I'm not strong enough to do it on my own, or I'm not strong, capable enough to do this, or, you know, like, like I don't want to show weakness or share any weaknesses. But I think that when you refuse to allow yourself the vulnerable, when you refuse to allow yourself to be sincerely vulnerable, you are very hard to engage with, and I feel like there's just this idea of of confessing vulnerability almost is what I feel like. Um, like let me cut away with this confusion. Let me cut away with this like strong exterior that you can't get through because, because vulnerability makes me nervous, right? Um, but I feel like in order to really bring healing to a situation, like you have to be vulnerable. You have to let that guard down. Um, because I feel like saying like that's where your power is. That's where like your relatability, is what I think will elevate you. Um, and so I feel like you are expressing like almost just a sense of relatability that is allowing for you to bring healing because, like I can say to someone, well, you shouldn't, like you should just feel better about it and you should da 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 da. But like, if I myself can't say, I've struggled with this and, like it's been difficult for me to, deal with this, and this, and, and I just need for you to know, that like, I feel your pain, I feel your struggle, I feel your anger, I feel, like I feel it too. I have those feelings too. I have that, like that protectiveness too. Like I feel like there's just this like breaking down of the walls that allows for there to be, I just, I don't know, my fire signs are on like in some confessional energy. Because the Aries read was just about, like confessing something. Um, so Leo, either you could be confessing this to somebody or somebody could come and be confessing this to you. You can be on either side of the story, but I feel like there's an expression of, like a desire to um, engage in a state of vulnerability that allows for healing, so that you can do what it is that you promised yourself you would do, which is shine, baby. Who's a motherfucking Leo, right? And it's good to be proud, and it's good to, you know, carry yourself with poise and strength, and you know, like to be a leader, you have to be strong. And sometimes you have to put on a brave face, even when you don't feel brave, you know. But I feel like there's this need to express vulnerability right now, um, because if you just keep covering it up, you'll never get to the heart of the issue. And if you never get to the heart of the issue, then you're never going to heal the issue. And if you never heal the issue, you're going to constantly be dragged back down by this issue that's like, hey, deal with me, deal with me, deal with me, right? Um, and so I feel like you're dealing with it. You know, like you're being honest. You're saying, you know, like you're speaking your truth. You're not hiding behind anything, and you're just saying, hey, like this is how I feel about this, and I don't know how to change it, but I maybe I can just like express it, and maybe just expressing it will, you know, somehow impact change, bring healing to whatever it is that's holding you back. Yes, the star. Yeah, I mean, there's healing that needs to occur for sure. Um, and I feel like it's healing because, again, this idea of relatability. I know that there was a whole like movement that was opposed to the idea of or the concept of Me Too. Some narcissist that pushed that agenda, but the reality of it is that, you know, when people share in their stories together, they realize that they're not isolated in their pain. And when you tell people that they can't share their pain with you because you are exclusive to that pain, you know, then it creates more division and more, you know what I mean? And I feel like there's just this like just this open conversation that brings healing because it doesn't, because you don't feel like you have to put on a show, because you don't feel like you have to be somebody that you're not. You're just like, listen, this is who I am. This is what I want out of life. These are my fears. These are the things that I'm insecure about. You know, it just feels like this, I don't know, connective conversation, honestly. Like it feels like there's a lot of healing that's surrounding this. And I feel like whatever it is, it's healing for both people, because I feel like both people were, I don't know, I think of like when you're getting to know somebody, right? And most times in the world of dating, you know, people want to, you know, like show up with their best person and their best outfit and their best attitude and their best, you know, like let's go do something fun and we're going to make this great, and you know what I mean? It's like the best of the best of the best. And then you slowly uncover all of the, you know, like the things about people that you know, can or cannot deal with, or will not deal with. And I feel like there's just this idea of like, I'm exhausted. I don't want to put on a front. I don't want to put on a show. I don't want to pretend to feel something I don't feel. I don't want to pretend to want to do something I don't want to do. I don't, you know what I mean? And if it aligns, it aligns. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I get the feeling that there's just this like of clearing away of any facades, clearing away of any, you know, like I'm gonna put on a show, you know, in the hopes that I can get your attention, or you know what I mean? Like it feels like there's not even a need for that. You know, it's just, I don't know, healing conversation. I guess that'll be the title because it seems to be the central theme. All right, Leos. Let's see what else we can get for us. Leos. Oh my gracious. Oh, we got cards. Okay. The Sun, the Page of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the High Priestess. Well, yeah, I mean, it does feel like this communication, you know, like this sharing of like of struggles, sharing your concerns, sharing your feelings, sharing your ideas. You know what I mean? It's just like this reciprocity that allows for like massive healing to occur. Um, the sun, because that's our card, but there's joy, there's peace to be had in this healing experience that I feel like you've been anticipating. You're like, I know that I need to like step forward as the grounded version of myself, not as the, you know, not as the tempered version of myself, not as the show off version of myself, but as the bright shining light and the grounded, because Leos, I mean, we are like, we're friends, we're family, we're heart space, right? And even though we're a fire sign, I feel like of all the fire signs, we're the most grounded. Like we're the fixed fire. We've got a consistency to us, and it's just kind of like, but when you are consistently a light, then people can consistently be drawn into you, and people can consistently, see when they're with you. And I feel like there's just this energy of like grounded joy and grounded light and um, allowing for a sincerity of heart, and just like uh, trusting in your intuition, trusting in your knowing, trusting in your love, like trusting in your own character, your own person, that you have what it takes to sustain, loving relationships. Um, and you're not going to let your pride get in the way of that. Whether that's a pride of like, well, I'm too, like, I don't know, I think of like a machismo, like machismo, how do you know what I'm trying to say? But it's just kind of like this, oh, I don't need any help, and I don't need anything, and I don't need anyone, and blah, blah, blah. Or you have the Leos who are proud in that they like it's not your burden to carry my pain, and it's not your burden to carry, like my struggles, and you don't need to concern yourself with that, and I'll just deal with it myself, like whatever the motivation for that pride is, it's still pride, it's still causing issues, it's still preventing you from engaging in this like healing conversation. And so I feel like whatever this conversation entails, I think it embraces vulnerability. It allows for healing energy to, kind of take place, and enables you to step forward without that weight of masked pride for whatever reason. Leos, okay, let's see what else we can get for us. Four of Cups. Yeah, because when you keep it all to yourself, when you hold it all in, when you feel like you have to do it all, you leave yourself feeling isolated, feeling, like, oh, do I have what it takes? Can I do this for much longer? Do I, you know what I mean? Um, Again, it's that allowing for a space for vulnerability, because it's not even always, Leos, that we can't do it, that we can't bear that burden, that we can't carry that weight, or that we're not willing to. Sometimes it's just that like you just want to be able to say, fuck, I'm tired and I don't know if I can do it. And you can do it, but just knowing that you have a safe space to like question yourself sometimes, because when you always feel like you have to be the strong one, when you always feel like you have to, like carry the weight of everything, like, it can get tiring, it can feel exhausting. And it's like, I feel like there's just healing coming in a partnership, healing with your family, healing with something in your life that you were just boundaried off, and you're like, you're letting the walls come down, you're allowing yourself that space for vulnerability. And when you do, I think that you find that it brings with it a great deal of healing and forward momentum. And I love that. All right, Leos, I hope this resonates with us. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if it does. And I will see y'all again soon. Bye.